Yo, welcome to episode 2 of my podcast, which doesn't really have a name, and it's just me ranting and raving like a crazy person. Because I am going to selfishly use this podcast to get things off my chest. Because I have a lot of things on my chest, mostly hair and some slightly above average pectoralis majors, because I've been hitting the gym like an absolute madman lately to just deal with the harsh realities of this planet. And there's a lot of craziness going on. Let's get it out of the way. Let's talk about the fucking riots in LA. It's on fire again, but this time it's not because of naturally occurring forest fires, which I have read conspiracy theories that wasn't actually naturally occurring forest fires. That may have been homeless people setting things ablaze. And if you're homeless and you're bored, I mean, what else are you going to do? Are you going to try to get your life together? No. Are you going to take advantage of some dry climate, start some shit, and then maybe get some stuff that you can sell to buy fentanyl? Maybe. Is that what I would do? I don't know. I've never been homeless. I haven't really even been close to homeless, so I just don't know what it's like. I know when I see homeless people, I try to talk to them. There's a homeless guy that's chilling outside my Wawa. He's the third one. He sells flag pins, but I don't want the flag pin. I just give him $5, and I tell him, don't ever lose faith. Now, what he has faith in, I have no idea. He may have faith in drugs and alcohol. Not really my business, but I just try to keep his spirits up. There was a homeless guy that lived over there before that we nicknamed Waddles, because guess what? He waddled. And he would come into the Wawa, where my wife used to work, and he would harass all the girls. And then when you wouldn't give him money, he'd growl at you like a fucking animal. But this guy's much more chill. I respect him a little bit. I actually gave him $10 the one time, and I said, you deserve a good meal tonight. And he said, God bless you. And I said, thank you, and I went about my merry way. Well, let's go to the riots. An Australian reporter shot by a rubber bullet. Let's check it out. Holy shit! Shot her right in the oh my God. Shot her in the calf. Damn. That's nuts. No one's illegal in stolen land. I don't want to get political here because I don't care about the politics of anything. Everything's fucked and everyone's trying to justify its fuckness. That girl got shot in the fucking leg. That sucks. She's just out here trying to do her job. And this, I guess, policeman was just like, man, how do you fuck that up? She's clearly she's got a microphone. She's dressed nice. She's not out here burning anything. I'm sure there's some camera and lighting around her, maybe a boom mic. And this guy just said, you know what? Fuck, shut the fuck. Boom! Shot her right in the leg. That's disrespectful as fuck, man. Man, I hope she got paid for that. What else is going on? We're going to try to listen to this now. Let me crank this volume up here so at least we can get some crappy audio in here for you guys. Let's check out Los Angeles protests erupt over immigration raids. From the New York Post. America's oldest thing. First, an ad for a portable coffee grinder. Oh, that's neat. Boom! Damn, these are just starting off with a bang. I don't know. They're coming, man. Is that ice? Oh, shit. This looks like a fucking video game. This is nuts. Oh my God. Oh my God. What are they? They cleared the fuck out real quick. Yeah, run, motherfucker. You want to bring that shit in? That is some big wire, dog. I need that shit for my cat. This is crazy, man. There have been movies and video games that are based around this scenario, and this is just actually happening. This was 2 days ago, so this is kind of old now, I guess. You know how the news moves these days. Whoa. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. That wire is crazy, man. This guy's just got a camera. Some fire going down. EBT in the background. It's all going down. That looks nice. That's a lot of... What is that? Is that all paint? What? Or is that just expended canisters? I guess it's expended canisters. Damn, bro. This looks like Battle LA out here. The 2011 movie that came out where the Marines fought aliens. That could be taken a certain way. I'm above it. What else is going on? Well, LA's fucked. We know that. I always wanted to go to LA just to see what was up, but I don't want to go. I'm on the other side of the country, and my luck, I'm going to get there, and there's going to be a plague of fucking homeless people on fire shooting everybody, and I just don't need that. I'll stay here. Thank you. I'll go back to the Philippines in a heartbeat. I don't care if it takes 20 hours to get there. I will go again. I love that place. Shout out to my people and Pangasinan. You know who you are. Some really cool dudes out there that made my stay there so much fun. Can't wait to go back. All right, well, let's on to some metal stuff. You know what's really awesome? The fact that I got to see Metallica and Pantera, two of the bands that formed my metal career. Pantera and Metallica. Yeah, that was a hell of a tour, man. That was a hell of a show. Zakk Wylde did it, man. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at Zakk. Zakk is a goddamn machine. That's all for that shot. Yeah, man. I'm so jealous to everyone who got to see Dimebag and Vinnie Paul and Pantera in their prime. Even Damage Plan, man. Damage Plan had some good fucking jams. Is my cat coming in here? I don't know what's up with my cat, guys. Nobody warned me about orange cats. Orange cats are the most insane animal I've ever had. There he is. Kenshin, welcome to the show. You want to come on? No? Dude, he shits in my tub. I don't understand. I've never had this problem with... I've had multiple cats. In my mom's house growing up, at one point, we had like 7 cats. Because my sister found a cat in a bush. And then she decided to bring the bush cat in there. And then the other cat, Diablo, he was a real piece of work. Knocked her up. And then she had like 7 cats. And we had all these cats running around. And I don't got a problem with cats, but I prefer dogs. I prefer like an animal. I really, my ideal animal would be a Komodo dragon that's chill as fuck. Like, he could at any moment just kill anybody with a lick. But he just wouldn't do that. But he knows he could. So you could chill with them, you could joke with them, but like if you fuck with them, you're just gonna dead. That would be ideal. Second pet that I would like to have is a parrot who has every episode of the Boondocks committed to memory. Because that would just be the funniest thing that I could possibly think of. It would probably certainly land me in hot water. But anyway, I saw Metallica and Pantera and Suicidal Tendencies Sunday night in Philly. Went there with my sister, drank in the parking lot. I haven't tailgated in a minute, so that was pretty fun. I met up with my friend Ian that we met at the open mic at Sweeney's. Sweeney's is a fun spot. Here's a little, let's see, let's go to my videos. And then, that's not what I wanted. Or is that what I wanted? That is what I wanted. This is me jamming at Sweeney's, the one, where are we? Oh, it's on my other channel. It's on my other channel. I can switch channels, can't I? Let me switch channels real quick. Switch account. John Solo. There's nothing really much going on John Solo's account. I just watch everything mainly on here. Content. Videos. Shorts. Oh my god, it was on my other channel. Son of a me. That doesn't make any sense. I don't care. Dashboard. Content. Shorts. There we are. Is this? What's this one? Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is me hooked up my pedal board through the PA playing one of the songs that I wrote for my solo project, Land Without Legends. This place I met my boy Ian at, and now we're getting a band together. I was the last piece of the puzzle. And we're going to start playing cover songs in bars because we just want to hang out and play. And I'm having the hardest time putting a metal band together. It's been a minute, man. It's been a long time. Even the last band I had, it was shit, man. It wasn't even a metal band. It was more of a hard rock band. But even at that, like, we were gradually getting lighter, and I had some light songs, so maybe part of that's my fault, but I just, I really just love metal and would just love to play in a heavy as balls band, but it just wasn't working out. It's been so long. I don't think I have it on this channel. I think it's actually on the other channel that I got going on here. But it was, the band was called Life Cycle, and it's funny because my wife has been watching Gilmore Girls quite often, and I've been waiting for Sebastian Bach to come in, and Sebastian Bach finally popped up, and now that he's there, there's one episode where he first joins the band and everyone's saying he's too old, and that was our bass player. He was just too old. But he could jump. That was kind of cool, I guess. We changed our name to one time in LA for some stupid reason. But look, this is us at the TLA. There's me. There's a lot of Steves in my life lately. That was the most glorious moment of my life right there. But this was us. And then, the dude could sing. Now, I don't know if anyone has listened to my solo project. I highly doubt it, because I don't know how to market it. This is the best I could do, is just tell people who watch my stuff already, hey, I have a band. But the original title for the song was Medieval, but I didn't want to use his lyrics, so I had to change it, and I started calling it From Throne to Tomb, and I rewrote the lyrics, and it's probably my favorite song that I have out right now. Valley of the End's really fun to play, but I can't sing for crap, and the singer I hired lives in fucking Italy, so I mean, that shit ain't happening. There's this Marines deployed. Oh, live. You want to watch some Marines getting deployed? Let's see what's going on. First Township. Oh man, you got that corn in the water, man. It's a classic problem when you got corn flooding, well, not flooding the water, corn flooding the water, whatever. Go home. What's going on? Protests continue in Los Angeles for the 5th straight day. That's pretty nuts. He's saying, come on. I guess in traffic, maybe? I don't know who this guy watching it is. I like his in-ear monitor. So let's see, we got this angle here. This is in front of a hospital, it seems. That's a good place to go. That's a good place to stage something right in front of a hospital. You don't gotta go too far for when you shoot. Fuck ice. I love ice, bro. I love ice. Oh, that's not even... I thought that was my cursor. It's not. I love ice, man. How are you going to have a cold beverage without ice? Oh, I bet LA traffic is doubly fucked right now. It probably takes 8 hours to get 1 mile down the road. Got a little green gun over there. Got his sentry pose. He's looking, fingers off the trigger. Proper trigger discipline. I understand to some extent what these people are doing, because when I was in my 20s, and I have proof, I have a shitty anarchy tattoo that my buddy did at a party in our apartment once. I was infected for like 2 weeks because, newsflash, you're not supposed to smoke cigarettes in a room and get a tattoo, but that's what we did because we were these people. We wanted to burn it all down and fucking start over. And there's this one anarchy quote that I saw. It was like, I hope one day we can stand in the rubble and laugh. And at one time, I thought that was a beautiful quote, but I look back on it now, and I'm like, that is the dumbest motherfucking thing I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life. And I've heard some pretty dumb shit, especially recently, which I can get into. But, you know, just think about it. You're in the rubble. Everything's destroyed. It's just you and your boy. Everything's burnt down. There's no food. You're just going to stand there and go, ha, 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 ha. And then what are you going to do? You don't got any skills. I know these people. When I was those people, I didn't have any skills. The best skill I had was morally posturing how good of a person I was. And you know what I was good at? Fuck all. I was good at drinking Crown Royal, and I was good at smoking Marlboro Lights. I was good at beer pong some nights. Some nights. There's like this right mixture of drunk and stoned that if I hit that, I was unstoppable at beer pong. But yeah, that was, fuck, I'm getting old, man. That was like 14 years ago. But yeah, California, man. Los Angeles. What else we got going on? Anything cool? Why is the flag upside down? That doesn't even make sense. I guess he's against America. A Mexican flag. Guys.
I gotta, this is not great. I gotta make this small.
Okay, we got some little, we got some rallyings going. All right, well, I know what their point is. I'm not a fucking idiot. They're saying this was our land, now you're here and we're taking it back. I don't know what the fuck the real deal is. I mean, I wasn't there. I can't tell you what right and wrong of it is. But I do know that I would, if I was 21 again, and this shit was popping off, I'd be out there pursuing my dream job at the time, which was a riot bard. And that would be a musician that's just rocking out in the middle of throwing Molotov cocktails and getting shot with rubber bullets. Like that fucking reporter, man. I can't get over that poor lady got shot. That's so disrespectful. Why would he shoot her? Why would he shoot her? It doesn't even make sense. That's going on. Is there anything else going on? Everything's on fire and everything's still expensive and everything sucks. Fuck that noise. Excuse me. I don't know if that's the most professional thing, but this is primarily a metalhead channel and everyone fucking burps. Leave me the fuck alone. Go fuck your mother. To quote one of my favorite podcasters, Joey Diaz. Matt Dillahunty sets fire to Jordan Peterson's God. I don't know if he actually put him on fire, but I wonder what he talked about. Because I like Matt Dillahunty. I like Jordan Peterson. Let's get philosophical. I do have a philosophical bone in my body. And this show doesn't make any fucking sense. But who gives a fuck? This is my goddamn show. And I'll do what the fuck I want.
This banana peel isn't garbage.
You're garbage.
It's a resource. Because I have a middle food.
We'd lose the metaphoric substrate of our ethos. And
we lose the metaphorical substrate of our ethos, everybody. Without God, I guess.
Lost.
And so I'm
I think Nietzsche
an
was
uneducated.
Right
So I really want to know, and I'm not being a dick. I want to know what you mean by metaphorical substrate, because saying we're going to lose it. So there's the idea. When I ask, what do you think we're going to lose? There's two things. One is there's something that you and I would both agree we should try to keep.
Yeah.
And
there is something you should try to keep. Your sanity, preferably your pants, good pair of shoes. Definitely practical items to keep. I'm not mocking Matt. I like Matt.
other things that you and I might disagree on whether or not we should keep it. Because when people say to me, oh, if we go down the road with Dostoevsky, that, if there is no God, everything's permissible. First of all, I don't think that's remotely true, because I have...
He makes a pretty vicious case for it, beyond good and evil.
And despite the fact that it sounds monumentally arrogant, I think I can demolish that case in about 2 minutes with a secular morality lecture. Well,
I think the first...
I don't think everything's permissible at all, because you gotta have a conscience that's gonna tell you, hey, don't fucking do that, dumbass. Like, for example, I could go off to LA right now, and I could run around naked, and I could throw napalm at police officers, but it wouldn't be permissible, because that's so rude. Let's see what else he has to say.
That statement is right, but not the second one.
I missed that.
We can find out. But the thing is, there would be two categories of things that you and others might be fearful we would lose. Some of which I might agree we should definitely not lose these things.
Yeah.
Others I might be absolutely fine with losing.
Like it that it's wrong to throw Sam Harris off a stage.
Yeah. I don't plan.
I don't particularly care for Sam Harris, and I would throw him off of a stage. And then I would like to see him, like, be quiet for 2 years about it. I don't like Sam Harris's face. I don't know what it is about him. I've listened to him talk, and I don't know, man. I just don't like his face or what comes out of it.
I'm doing that. But
well, we
it
both
did
agreed
cross
that
my mind at one point.
We both agreed that was probably wrong.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Probably.
Yeah.
See, I'm a situational ethicist, and so there might be situations. If the stage were on fire, throwing Sam off would be the best thing I could do for him. So what do you think? What do you think we're likely to lose? What bothers you? And when you say metaphorical substrate,
Matt's got some killer fucking boots on, man. That's sharp, man. I like that boots, Matt. Yeah, that atheist channel is getting good views. He's been doing that for 20 years. I know that has nothing. I don't know. Point is, he's got nice boots.
Well,
Shut up, Jordan. He's talking.
I really don't think I have a good understanding of what you mean.
Well, there's levels of thought. I mean, every thought structure, let's say, every belief structure is multi-leveled, like a piece of music.
Yeah.
And there's the word in a phrase, and then there's the phrase, and then there's the sentence, and then there's the paragraph.
And there's the note, and there's the chord, and there's the progression, and then there's the section, and then there's the song. Most importantly, the guitar solo.
And then there's the sequence of paragraphs within which the paragraphs are uttered.
Yes.
And then there's a broader context of interpretation within which all of that is interpreted.
Yes.
And then there's our emotional and motivational similarity. And then there's our embodiment in the world. And all of those things are operative at all times when we're understanding one another. And as you move outside the realm of the linguistic, like the paragraph level, let's say, into the realm of the emotional and motivational and embodied, you also move into the metaphorical.
Okay.
And the metaphorical is structured in a particular way. And this is quite well documented, by the way. I mean, if you look at how the hemispheres interact.
The metaphorical aspect of, I guess, being, we could say, is structured. The metaphor is structured. Is the metaphorical structure.
So the left hemisphere, broadly speaking, and I'm not oversimplifying this except that we don't have much time, is linguistic. But the linguistic utterances are understood in the context provided more by the right hemisphere, which is nonverbal and which attends to things like the music of language. And so at the bottom of a linguistic structure, there's something that's extra linguistic. And it tends to take form in metaphor and narrative and drama and that sort of thing. And the religious landscape is the narrative, metaphor, drama landscape. And if you disrupt it, then you blow apart the widest possible context within which the specific utterances are rendered comprehensible.
Okay, so I followed all that.
I got that. That makes sense to me. I see exactly what he's talking about there. And then I also hear people like, oh, there's so many religions. Okay, well, maybe these people at this time they had these religions because that was what they had at their time with that mindset or whatever. That was their way of trying to articulate the ultimate. And yeah, it might not have been true or accurate or whatever the fuck, but that was just the best that each civilization tries its best to understand the ultimate. And since we are finite creatures in an infinite universe that gets bigger, which doesn't make any fucking sense, but whatever, that's just the best they're capable of doing. And I know a lot of religious people that I listen to said you'll never understand God. And I mean, how could we? I think Joe Rogan said years ago, when he used to be funny, when he talked about how ants can't understand cell phone towers, and it's a gross exaggeration, but it does make a lot of sense when you line it up that way. Let's see what Matt has to say.
Anytime you were talking about science and hemispheres and all this other stuff, so when you're talking about the broader context, if we lose belief in a God, we lose that metaphorical substrate that is the broader context in which we evaluate these narratives.
Yeah, that really grinds them into our bodies, that makes them things we believe rather than just
Sure.
think.
But
see, you didn't
what
just
is it about
think,
the
you
narrative?
didn't
Shut up,
think
Jordan.
that it was wrong
He's
before it set
talking.
off the,
This motherfucker interrupts so goddamn
Stan,
much it would
Sam's
drive
gonna
me
be pissed
fucking
when-
nuts.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah,
your
that's
Kermit the
okay.
Frog ass
so-
sounding ass up. With respect. Sorry, Jordan. I do like Jordan Peterson.
See, there's a difference between thinking something and believing it, because to believe it, it has to be thought incarnated in some sense. It has to be embodied.
When I talk about it, belief is the state of being convinced that a proposition is true or likely true. It's everything that I try to do, I tend to view in the form of propositional reasoning. So when we talk about the narrative,
Because you could have false beliefs. I know in my situation, which maybe I'll get into one day, even though it's pretty fucked, but I was set to believe these certain things, and then at a fundamental level, I believed them to be true. But at one point, there was this other part of me that started to emerge that was in complete conflict with what I was taught to believe about myself, others in the world, and there was that war inside, which I do wonder, it's like, was there a voice of truth that exists outside of the human mind that is over all that stuff, that if you're open to it, it'll knock out the false beliefs? Because those beliefs were false. None of them were true, but I believed them for a long time, and they were definitely destructive. So to me, with that experience, it does make me think, like, okay, why would one healthier way of being outweigh or just beat this wrong way of being? And I did choose the things that worked better, and I let those things die off, as Jordan Peterson would say. And, it sucked. It was painful. I lost a lot of friends, and I had a whole lot of other things to deal with. But at the same time, there was a way that demolished who I was and those old beliefs that were conditioned into me. And now, since pursuing this new way that was with this war that was going on in my head for so long, my life's dramatically better. So that makes me believe in a truth that supersedes all, which may just be an aspect of God that, I don't know. That's my experience. I believe that for sure. I live that.
Yeah, that's a problem, by the way.
okay,
Yeah, well, you can't reduce the world to a set of propositions.
why not?
Oh, look,
Show me something that is
No
true
problem.
in the world that is not a proposition. That
like an
you cannot put
explicit,
in the
statable proposition.
something that is demonstrably true that I could not put in a proposition.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
Sure, you want to go there?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, I want to know I'm wrong. But I
See, that's the thing about Matt that I like, is because he Jordan put that there like a fight. Like, are you sure you want to go there? It's like, I don't think Matt is the guy to do that with, because I think Matt just wants to talk and, see what ideas win. It's not like this posturing shit.
for years, I had this thing going where people would say, oh, and this is kind of what we're getting at from a different angle. I would say they would be afraid of what we would lose if we lost religion. And I basically said, demonstrate to me any benefit.
Oh, you'd lose art and poetry and drama and narrative.
Why?
And story.
Nah.
Are there no godless artists and poets?
There are.
Nah, I don't think you'd lose art at all. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Artists and poets who think they're.
Art comes out of you, regardless of what you believe, if you're an artist. Now, if he's saying that God puts that into people and then it comes out of them, and if there's no God, then that won't exist, yeah, but regardless of what that point even, I don't know. I disagree. That art's gonna art, cuz people are gonna be artists. Same way it's just what's gonna happen.
This?
So we might have crossed over into a problem area because
Yeah, no doubt.
I can't draw for crap, although I do draw during the show.
I can
Hey
draw
everyone,
sometimes.
big heads up, Paleo Valley's running a sale.
Mute. Sometimes. I could draw really good for a week in 8th grade. I must have really believed in myself. I drew the entire Kingdom Hearts 1 cover box.
Up first.
But one of the individuals who came to the show the other night handed me something that she had spent a great deal of time drawing. She's a wonderful artist. I'm very grateful to get it. And, while I pretend to read minds on stage, I constantly acknowledge that I can't actually read minds. So I can't.
Like that mentalist that was on Joe Rogan recently. He had Joe bugging, man. He was like, how you doing this? Are you a plant? Joe's a trip, man. Joe's a trip. Did you guys see him defend Jared Leto on there? Like, shh. Why did he shush Tim Dillon? Tim Dillon's the only comedian I like anymore. Nah, that's a lie. I like Tim Dillon, Cat Williams, Joey Diaz, and Lee Syatt. Is anyone else funny? Is anyone else funny anymore? I don't know. I fucking hate Andrew Schultz, man. Every time I see clips of Fragrant, I fucking want to die. I can't say that. I think about not living anymore because I'm just like, you got 3 guys that just laugh. They cackle like hyenas. And this shit's not even funny. It would drive me nuts, man. I saw Shane Gillis on there, and Shane Gillis looked like he was ready to pick those people up. He looked like he was ready to pick Akash up, spin him around, and throw him into the rest of the dudes there.
Tell you whether or not she actually believes in a God, but I can tell you that I actually don't believe in a God, and I could write
But you act
poetry.
like you do.
Huh?
But you act like you do. That's why you didn't want to force Sam off the stage.
No, now you're making a claim. Okay, so I'm telling you I don't believe there's a God. And your response to that is, I really do, because I have a moral sense. But my moral sense is utterly without any appeal to a God.
Explicitly.
Or implicitly.
Maybe. That's not so obvious.
Okay, it's really
because
it's
you regard Sam Harris as an implicitly valuable entity. Because otherwise you just throw him off.
I've heard this argument from religious people before. You act like, even if you claim to be atheist, you act like there's a God. Which is an interesting perspective. I can see where they're coming from with that to some extent. But at the same time, are they saying that people's autonomy and free will don't exist, and no matter what they think they're doing, they're acting in the belief structure of Christianity? Is that it? No matter what? But it doesn't make sense to me because, I mean, it depends on certain, like, if that were true, then, the commandment, thou shalt not murder, which is different from killing, which I heard a lecture on that recently, which was actually pretty informative, because you don't murder an animal for food, and boys gotta eat. So there's a difference between murder and killing. Thou shalt not commit murder. But then, if you set circumstances up like this dude did that, therefore deserves to be murdered, if there's a unanimous agreement with that, then are we still acting like God exists, even though we may explicitly say we don't? I don't know. I want to end everything with I don't know, because I don't know.
The stage. And then the question is, well, just exactly why is he an implicitly valuable entity?
He's not.
The physics of that.
I don't think he's
a piece of shit.
I don't think he's implicitly valuable in the sense that the universe has implied that there's something explicit about it. For me, morality is far simpler than some people.
No, wait, you sounded doubtful about that. That like
maybe you're the mind reader.
Well, maybe.
Because you've already suggested that despite me sitting here and having talked about this for decades, that I don't believe in God, that I actually do because I have a moral code. But my moral code, which I was
more specific. I said it was because you didn't want to throw Sam off the stage.
Yes, but you didn't.
All right, I got a minute left. I'm getting bored with this. I got to finish it though.
Instead, you went to, why do you think Sam has implicit value? Because it seems that in your narrative,
I'm willing
that's
to
the only justification.
Well, maybe you were afraid of being punished.
I think you can, no.
Oh,
I think you can have a perfectly acceptable foundation for secular morality, even if it fundamentally centers around selfishness.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather not be thrown off the stage it's in my best interest to encourage that sort of understanding in others, and therefore I will not throw him off the stage. I would rather not have my stuff stolen, and it's in my best interest to encourage others not to do that, so I will not steal stuff, and I will work with others to ensure that the people who steal stuff are punished. It is a virtually pragmatic moral system.
Why do you think it's not in your best interest to have stuff stolen from you or to be thrown off the stage?
Why is it?
Well, that's pretty fucking obvious, because I like my stuff. Duh. I paid money for my stuff. I went to jobs that I hated and did stupid ass shit with crackheads so I could have pieces of paper, give them to some jerk off. Hey, here you go, give me the guitar. Duh.
In my best interest.
Yeah. No, you don't get to think, oh, that's self-evident. It's like nothing's self-evident to the skeptic. Let's keep that in mind.
Oh.
That was it. Like that was a riling conclusion. That sucked. Why are we done? 38? Fuck, man. I don't know how Tim Dillon does this for an hour and makes it fucking good every time. I'm fucking shit at this. What the fuck does that say? Optimo video? Is that... What language is that? Let me see if I can find a C translate to English. Great video. Thank you. Fernando Rodriguez. Hold on. Tentardin. 7825. Boom. Like. Reply. Thanks, bro. Glad you enjoyed it. Put a question. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. Glad you enjoyed it. Boom. A part of the community. There's one more thing that I want to watch with you guys, and it's probably my favorite video ever. And it's Joey Diaz roasting Lee Syatt for eating Subway. And every once in a while, when I'm feeling down, damn, Lee was fat as fuck. Holy shit. I saw Joey in like fucking February, maybe. Me and my sister went. And Lee Syatt opened, and it was at the Parks Casino. Oh my God, as soon as he walked on stage, some bitch in the crowd like, your fly's down! Your fly's down! And he's like, I'm gonna leave it down. And fucking leave, man. And then writer for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I forget his name. He was pretty funny. And then this chick came out, and she was funny, talking about, like, there was some old white dude in the crowd. And she was like, hey, you look rich, rubbing her tits together. And I like that shit. But this is one of my favorite videos
What you got
ever.
planned for tonight? Where you gonna go?
Tonight, I got nothing.
You gonna go and get some cheeseburgers? How many calories you got left tonight?
Like,
You're not gonna eat tonight.
Like 1,000.
This don't do nothing to you.
Oh, yes, it does.
You have 1,000 calories
Well,
left?
I only have
How do you have 1,000 fucking calories
at night. I'll tell you why. Because
Joey Diaz sounds like he constantly has pneumonia. He's just got a wet voice.
I had to take a sleeping pill at 6 in the morning, so I didn't wake up till noon. So I had one Subway sandwich today, and then I had 2 other podcasts.
That's how he's 1,000. He woke up an hour ago.
Yeah, pretty much. So I still have something left, because every time I get this high, I have to eat.
Why'd you eat a Subway sandwich? You didn't go to Big Mike's? After everything?
Jersey Mike's,
You go to
Joey.
Jersey Mike's. You're
There
back
you
at that
go.
dump.
I had 3 podcasts today.
Jersey Mike's is the shit. This is the exact reason I eat Jersey Mike's now. I found it, and me and my wife tried it. And ever since then, no more Subway.
The gym,
There's a Jersey Mike's around the corner. What happened?
it was easy.
Grizzling that on me again? What's easier?
You got North
To put
Hollywood Diner,
shitty food
too.
in you? No, don't go there.
Oh,
To put
we
shitty
used to
food.
we used to go.
They
there.
got lizard meat in that diner.
Go to Subway.
Yeah, eat lizards.
No more Subway. You're a Jersey Mike's guy now.
Okay,
That's it.
it was pretty good.
That's it. No more Subway. That's the new rule in the house. No more Subway. I don't want to hear that shit. You're a Jersey Mike guy. Get a regular sandwich, no chips, and get a diet soda. They'll be fine. I do it all the fucking time. Tuna with a little onion, hold the vinegar and all with a little mayo, you're fine. They got the turkey, nice turkey, real turkey with provolone cheese. You put some lettuce, you put some mayonnaise, salt and pepper. It's a beautiful fucking sandwich. No more Subway, guy. That's it. You're a man. You're a church fucking evaluator. You're the fucking guest host for the church. How are you eating that disgusting shit?
People are looking at you
No
for
more
leadership.
church. No more of that shit. You got Jersey Mike's right around the corner, bro. Right around.
Oh, I love it. It cracks you up every time. 42 minutes. That's good enough. I'm going to post this. It probably fucking sucks, but I'm going to do it anyway. And thanks, you guys. I don't think anyone made it this far. I barely made it this far. So thanks for watching. Stay metal. I'll check you in episode 3.